Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Bill Butler. I am chair of the Cybersecurity program at Capital Technology University. And we're here today to commemorate the signing of our MOU, the renewal of our MOU with the NSA's National Cryptologic School, and also to make an announcement on the grant award for the Northeast Hub for the CAE program. We will start with introductions.
Good morning. I'm Diane M. Janisek for the National Security Agency. I currently serve as the Commandant of the National Cryptologic School.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Simmons. I'm president of Capital Technology University.
Good morning. I'm Dr. McCaskey, Vice President, Academic Affairs, Capital Technology University.
Good morning. I'm Diane O'Neill, Vice President for Enrollment at Capital Technology University.
Good morning. I'm Wendy Herod, Accelerated Degree Program Lead for the National Cryptologic School.
Good morning, I'm Lynn Clark. I'm the Chief of the National Centers of Academic Excellence Program, and I am the Deputy Chief for Education, Outreach, and Innovation Division at the National Cryptologic School.
Hey, thank everybody for their introduction. So we will begin the ceremony with a brief word from Ms. Diane Janisek.
Good morning. On behalf of the entire National Security Agency, thank you for having me. Thank you, Dr. Brad Sims, Dr. Bill Butler, Diane O'Neill, Dr. Stephen McCaskey, and Aries Schubert of the Capital Technology University. We really enjoy the partnership that we have with you, and we're excited to be celebrating these two events today. I also want to thank from the National Security Agency, Akira Padilla, Barbara Lynn Clark, and Wendy Herod for making this happen. So as I mentioned, I'm the Commandant of the National Cryptologic School, and I also am the lead training instructor for the agency, the National Security Agency that we call NSA. And I'm honored to be here to do two things. We're signing an articulation agreement, and we're designated Capital Technology University as the new regional hub coalition lead for the Northeast National CAE region. And I'm going to be explaining that. So that's kind of a big mouthful, isn't it? But I'll be explaining that, says that's a really important role for our country, and the role that Capital Technology plays for our country is very significant, and as we're going to be celebrating that. So today's event celebrates the partnership between the National Security Agency and Capital Technology, specifically recognizing how the niche that Capital Technology University has and how they have a solutions-oriented approach to cybersecurity education. And we really value that at the National Security Agency. So as I mentioned, there's two things that we're doing today. We're signing an updated articulation agreement, which is an articulation agreement is a transfer of credit. So as I mentioned, I run the school for the agency. It's a global school. We have global campuses around the world, number of right here in the United States as well, a number of different states. And we offer training to a broad range of military and civilians across a multidisciplinary area. And as part of that, we offer a lot of really neat classes, but we partner with key institutions so that we can transfer those classes and make those into degree programs. So of course, Capital Technology University is right there at the top in terms of our partnering with that. So our articulation agreement today is celebrating the transfer of credits from the National Cryptologic School to the Capital Technology University programs. They're accepting credits, and they're an amazing institution, as you know. They accept up to 90 transfer credits from other institutions towards their degree programs. So very, very forward-leaning, very agile, very supportive of students' needs in the educational arena. So I applaud Capital Technology for doing that. So for the National Cryptologic School, they're accepting a subset of those credits towards as you can imagine, you'll see the majors that we have here are very relevant to our mission. So they're accepting credits for associates and bachelors of science in computer engineering technology, Bachelor of Science in cybersecurity, Bachelor of Science in cyber analytics, Bachelor of Science in cybersecurity, Masters of Science in cyber analytics, Masters of Science in critical infrastructure, Doctor of Science in cybersecurity, Doctor of Philosophy in cybersecurity leadership, and Doctor of Philosophy in critical infrastructure. That's a pretty significant list, isn't it? So of course we want National Security Agency affiliates to be on the cutting edge and to stay, up to date on kind of where things are going and what the trends are and what the latest technologies are. So it's really exciting to sign this articulation agreement as part of our accelerated degree program with Capital Technology University and updating it so that we stay current, so that our nation stays current, and that we as a country, are defended against all these different threats. So I'm going to, that's so, congratulations on that. I'm going to switch over to the comments that I have. If it's okay with Bill, I'll move into my comments on the CAE, if that's good for you, Bill. It's a little more than a couple of words, so I want to make sure I got the go. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Butler. So this Centers for Academic Excellence program, this designation that we're talking about, it's pretty significant. And I want to just mention a little bit about the agency as well, because I think that will maybe put a little bit of things in perspective. The National Security Agency has housed the National Centers for Academic Excellence for over 20 years. And we've done that because we care about the pipeline of a cybersecurity workforce for our country to go into many disciplines. I don't just care about the students that we have and the employees that we have at the National Security Agency. I also care about whether or not there's a pipeline. Are we really pulling in the younger generations to consider cybersecurity, to go into cybersecurity, and then likewise other academic institutions that can train them on, like I mentioned, in a solutions-oriented approach? Can they train them so that they can really be educated and go into skilled areas that we need as a country to keep our nation secure? So why the National Security Agency? Why would they come to us and say, hey, I want you to shepherd this program? So a little bit about what the National Security Agency does and why we care so much and why we're taking such a vested interest in developing the pipeline for our future of our country. So the National Security Agency is a premier intelligence and cybersecurity agency. We have a vested interest, as I mentioned, in ensuring that students have access to high quality programs to prepare them for the challenges that our country is going to face, right? And future challenges that we don't even know. We saw incredible amount of challenges to our country as part of COVID during the pandemic, incredible amount of cybersecurity attacks. Even when our nation was almost at its lowest, we were being attacked by cybersecurity attacks all the time in terms of hacking. But that was okay because we were prepared and we learned from that. And our country's actually been growing as a result of the challenges that we faced in 2020. So at the National Security Agency, our missions are conducted 24/7, 365 days a year. There's people always working across the globe in every time zone. So it's really important that we partner with institutions, right, to keep our employees up to date in educational tactics, which is an educational environment. So that's why we appreciate the accelerated degree program. So our first mission, a little bit about that, is that of a foreign signals intelligence. It allows us to generate insights into the activities of nation states who may want to do us or our allies harm. And if you just watch the news any day, you'll see there's new attacks every day and new successful attacks every day, including one that was a very, I got a lot of high visibility yesterday in terms of a very prominent company that was attacked and successfully. The other mission that we do is cybersecurity, and that means that we're tasked with defining the standards for the defense of the United States government classified systems, right? That's a pretty tall order. So we need to make sure we've got our current employees are trained and ready, willing, and able to help us defend those. And then we also have a pipeline, people to come into the agency and also to go into other federal agencies and other disciplines across all 50 states. It also means that when the National Security Agency may be asked that we apply mediation and mitigation capabilities in cyber defense for the government. So the National Security Agency's authority is for U.S. government classified systems, but we also care, as I mentioned, about building the cybersecurity pipeline for cybersecurity talent for all 50 states. that the National Security Agency, we always say cyber is a team sport, because building a ready supply of cybersecurity experts takes academic partners with CAE designated schools like Capital Technology University just to a newer level in terms of our importance for our country's protection of economic freedoms and national security. So after 21 years of the CAE program, you think we've achieved our goal? Not quite, because there's still a lot of work to be done, right? The cyber criminals are getting more and more sophisticated, and we're never going to stop. We don't sleep. CyberSeek, if you're not familiar with them, at cyberseek.org, has a recent cybersecurity workforce assessment. It said that there was right now, this is now, wait to hear this number, 355,000 job openings right now requesting cybersecurity related skills, and that employers were struggling to find workers who possess the knowledge, right? The knowledge, training and education and knowledge, skills and abilities to fill these positions. That's an alarming shortage of cybersecurity workers in the US. So we need to do all we can, all hands on deck. Cyber is a team sport to help us come together. And not only are those vacancies hard to fill, they also take much longer than other areas to fill. So there's not enough people to fill the jobs, and the people that may be able to fill them, they're even hard to get. So at the National Security Agency, we rely upon the technical expertise of our workforce to complete, as I mentioned, the missions that we have of foreign signals intelligence and cybersecurity to keep our nation safe. We really want graduating cybersecurity students to be ready for the type of real world threats that they will face in their future workplaces and be able to respond to the future threats yet to come. Right? Just the ability to think critically. How do you put all the different types of knowledge that you have to the new and emerging, highly sophisticated threats out there? They don't stop. It's not a static field. It's incredibly agile in terms of what is going on and the new knowledge, skills, and abilities that are needed for cybersecurity professionals. So we need cybersecurity professionals across the country to have an awareness, as well at the agency, to have an awareness of the external threats to their networks, be able to take a risk-based approach to balance an organization's security needs against the behaviors of the users on the network, right? There's a lot of tension, right, between access and terms of protection as well. So you need to give them access so they can do their job, but then how much access can you give people so that you may open the aperture of risk to your network? So we need opportunities for them to be able to be trained so that they can think on their feet, to plan, to fail, and then to recover. That resiliency, the personal resiliency, is just as important as an IT systems resiliency. So we need students to have access to cybersecurity labs and exercises that are based on the current threat landscape, so they have the opportunity to come up with agile and timely solutions to address their organization's threats. This is why the cybersecurity exercises that Dr. Bill Butler and the Capital Technology University did during Cybersecurity Month were so critical for the technical developments of our students, right? That hands-on solutions-based approach the Capital Technology takes is working, and we need more of it. So no wonder they're the regional lead for us, because they just know what they're doing, right? And they make it fun and competitive, and it's just what we need. So we just love all that. So that's why by working together with the different schools, and you're going to hear about their regional role in just a second, which I'm getting there, I promise. This is why so by them working together with different schools across the region to shape different goals and objectives into a cohesive whole of student approach, right? Understanding the paradigm, not just how hardware or software may come together, but how does that fit into a systems and all the amazing disciplines that Capital Technology teaches in. So at the National Security Agency, we partner with FBI and DHS. So why are we doing that? We have worked on simulated threats to the nation's critical infrastructure because there's interest, right, on the law enforcement side as well as the civilian side. So they have to come together and partner on exercises to protect our nation's critical infrastructure. So allowing the students the opportunity to coordinate early and often through these exercises means that these students will be ready to hit the ground running when they when they enter the workforce and wherever they may be upon graduation. So there's a really nice niche there that Capital Technology has, and they're transferring that knowledge to the other schools in the region to really help us all rise as a nation. So Capital Technology, it's your solutions-oriented approach to cybersecurity, training, and education that has made you a gem for students and to work with you. So congratulations on being named as the primary lead for the Northeast Regional Hub Consortium. So the National Centers of Academic Excellence program has been recently realigned to match regions with FEMA, right? The responses as in terms of things that come to our country in terms of natural disasters, but it's much more than natural disasters. Cybersecurity is right in there. So the Centers for Academic Excellence program, the region, the Northeast Regional Hub, matches the FEMA category regional area as well. So what does that mean? Wait till you hear this tall order that they've signed up for, Capital Tech signed up for. We're talking about being a lead in coordinating cybersecurity training and education and those exercises that I mentioned across Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia, and the District of Columbia. So all of they're going to be, that's a pretty tall order, but I know you're up for the challenge because you've praised this so zealously. So we appreciate that. So as the lead for the Northeast Regional Hub, Capital Technology will be asked to take on some additional program management responsibilities. You will coordinate the new CAE national competition for CAEs in the Northeast. So we're going to expand that from right there at your campus there, and we're going to expand that model across the region and make it really fun for students to compete regionally, and then they'll be qualify for the national competitions. So you'll get to collaborate with Norwich. The students will be able to collaborate with Norwich University on 2 critical infrastructure emergency recovery exercises with state and government leaders in the next 2 years. Wow, exactly what we need, right? State, local, and federal coming together with academia and industry and the government all coming together. It's a really fun place to be right now because everyone wants to help. So we love it when people are so passionate about what they do. So you're with the right group right here for sure. So with this, Capital Technology will be deepening some of the relationships with field operations of our DHS and FBI partners. The Capital Tech will be representing the National CAE and Cybersecurity Program at the regional level for all the program sponsored events and activities. As I mentioned, the regions is like the FEMA regions. You're going to have the leadership role. You're all going to be coordinating together as well on national events. So that's pretty fun. Really important role, not just fun, but really important role. So all in all, you'll be asked to take on, and which you've agreed to, thankfully, thanks for our country. You've been asked to take on more responsibility and push the cybersecurity students in that very large region to the next level of excellence, right? The next level of excellence. And I know that you're all in on that. So thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sims and Dr. Butler and Dr. McCaskey and Diane O'Neill for, really embracing this challenge and helping our country move forward. So we're really excited for the expansion of your program management role. We're looking forward to seeing the developments that come out of your leadership, which we know is going to be just fabulous. And then you get to work with the other regional leads as well and really come up with the best and brightest ideas and lessons learned. And I'm just so excited about the innovation that's going to be happening in cybersecurity education. So in closing, congratulations on the new articulation agreement, the updated one that we've signed so that you help us keep the National Security Agency, military and civilian employees current, and they can achieve their professional goals in terms of achieving degrees. And we also want to recognize you for your new regional hub role. I look forward to seeing you to continue as you build upon your strong legacy of support to our nation's defense. You've played a critical role in developing cyber professionals, and we are so confident and so appreciative as well as you enter this new phase of program development, as you're going to be training students to the highest standards. So congratulations to the team. And on behalf of a grateful nation, on behalf of General Nakasone, DHS, and FBI, we just really, really appreciate you.
I would like to thank you for those comments, very kind comments for Capitol, and we really, really appreciate that. At this time, I'd like to bring on Dr. Sims, the president of Capitol Technology University. Then I'll make a few remarks after he does, and then we'll go into the signing ceremony. Dr. Sims.
Thank you, Bill. And thank you, Diane Janosek. I think she covered so much excitement going on here on behalf of our collaborative efforts. And as you can see from all the information she provided, everything that we're doing, and of course, we want to continue this long history that we have with NSA and the National Cryptological School and expand it as part of this agreement. And we're very excited about the Northeast Hub for the CAE with the cybersecurity. Here at Capitol Tech, we're career focused. That's what we're here for. We want to provide hands-on training. Our master's and doctoral programs are online, but they're very hands-on type of focused degrees. Our bachelor's degrees are both on campus and online. Again, we want to provide a great career to any of our students, and we want to provide up-to-date information. So when you walk out that door, you have all the job opportunities open for you. And that's one of the things about Capitol Tech is that our undergraduates have a year-to-year 80% placement rate. And in a recent report released on ROI for your money going to university, out of 4,500 universities across the United States, after a lifetime of service, Capitol Tech ranked 120 out of that. So we're very proud of our focus here at Capitol Tech. And so a little bit about the history. Capitol Tech was founded in 1927 by a Navy vet who started teaching others how to build radios. And it started in downtown DC. And eventually we ended up here in Laurel, Maryland, which is located just between Baltimore and Washington, DC. And actually, we're right between NSA and NASA. And we support all the regional industries besides NSA, NASA, many of the subcontractors. We have in our doctoral programs, as I mentioned, they're online. We have international students globally involved in those degree programs. So we're here focused on what we think the industry needs. One of the areas that Diane Janosek and myself even worked together to start was the Women in Cybersecurity Critical Infrastructure group. And it's become a great success. And so these collaborative efforts and partnerships that we create, and we're looking for more. So if you're interested, please contact us. But we want to expand this knowledge base that the industry so needs across the United States and keeps our economy going. Cybersecurity here at Capitol Tech just happens to be our biggest degree programs at all the levels from bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. But we offer degrees across a spectrum of things from safety to construction to aviation, computer science, robotics. So we have a wide variety of these technical areas. And we also offer management of the technical areas. So we're really a STEM-based small university, private nonprofit, fully accredited, that you can either get a STEM degree or management of STEM focus. And we're very proud of that because we know that the industry has a huge demand for these areas. And cybersecurity certainly is a huge need across all segments. Even if you added up all the graduates in this region graduating with cybersecurity degrees, there's still more jobs than there are students to take those positions, and we need more of them here. And so Capitol Tech, and fortunately Bill Butler's been around Capitol Tech for many years. He's former Marine, came out of the cyber area in that, and is leading our programs here. Dr. Butler is. We're very proud to have him on board, leading that charge. And we work with the high school students, get them involved, to career changers. If you're looking for a career change, even our master's degrees offers leveling classes that you can come in without having the basic knowledge and then work towards completing your technical degree in that area. And there's plenty of jobs available for that. So here at Capitol Tech, as I mentioned before, we're very focused on what you need in a career. That's our number one job, and we want to provide that to you. And working with NSA and the National Cryptologic School, we've long before I even started as president of Capitol Tech, we've been partnering with the group. So as you can see, we keep expanding our relationship with them. And so signing the agreement today to expand more educational opportunities is just one part, small part of piece that we can play as Capital Tech, and we're happy to do so. And turn it back over to Dr. Butler.
Thank you, Dr. Sims. I just want to make a couple of personal comments before we move on to the signing. I can remember the days on active duty, being a Marine, when we called for NSA, they were there, and they were there to help. And I always thought, I wish there were more folks like that that could come to help when we call for them. And none of them in a position to help steer students into careers in cybersecurity, whether it be NSA or as a contractor in that area. I'm more than happy to do that. And I've got to, as you can see, I have the support of my leadership to make that happen. This MOU, being on active duty, is very difficult to get that college degree. And this MOU is going to make it easier in some areas that are not so easy to get a college degree in while you're deploying all the time. And the Capitol supports that. We do everything we can to support those active duty members and those DoD employees to help you make your dream come true with a college degree. The regional hub, I have to recognize my partners, Mohawk Valley Community College and Towson University right down the road. We three are gonna work. This is a big region, as Ms. Janasek said. It goes all the way to Vermont, and we need everybody working together, both to increase the number of CAE institutions and to increase the cooperation between institutions. We look forward to doing that, and it helps everyone. So I just wanted to make those comments, the significance of the MOU and the significance of being a regional hub. We don't take that lightly. And I just want to tell Ms. Clark, the program office supports us 100%. They're very professional, very responsive, and they lead. And that is important when you're trying to influence kids and career changes and others to come into the field and see the benefits. With that said, we can proceed to the signing ceremony. And I think both parties have a copy of the document in front of them.
Yep.
We have a copy of the document in front of us.
Yeah, great.
And
Okay.
we have the special pens to sign the documents. Okay, so let's begin the signing.
I can't believe it's December 9th already. Where'd the time go?
And I have to give Wendy a shout out here. I'm already seeing active duty members sending in their JSTs and their JCAC certificates. They're already rolling in, so it's already started.
Great.
If either of you would like to make another closing comment, this is your opportunity to do so.
Well, I just wanted to say, you know, Dr. Butler and Wendy Herod, thanks for making this happen. Of course, the team behind the scenes, we're making it work, but it's really in service to our nation. So this is really helping us keep, you know, an educated workforce for our country. So we really appreciate that. And I just want to say, I apologize. I did not call out Mohawk Community College and Towson University. Of course, we appreciate you. I apologize. I didn't think to add that in my comments. So I know that you're going to likewise really help Capital Tech move things forward. So thank you for that. Dr. Sims, anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, certainly we want to call Mohawk Valley and Towson with this. It's a big project to run the regional hub. I know that Dr. Butler will appreciate all the connections and the support to make it happen. We want to, of course, be successful with this grant and expand our cybersecurity awareness and help everybody in this level to gain the education they need and get folks trained up so that they can fill this huge job market that's out there. And, you know, we've been involved at Capital Tech the last few years, expanding on these areas. We're one of the first universities that now offers critical infrastructure degrees, which are based around the 16 sectors of DHS. A lot of information there that we could go on about, learning more about operational technology or SCADA or something like that. But it just shows that our focus here is what do we need to do in any of these industries and support their needs for employees as we go forth in the future in these, especially these technical areas. And that's what we're here to help support.
Yeah, thanks. Dr. Sims, let me just throw in one more quick thing on that, if I could, before we wrap up. So Dr. Sims did mention that we partnered together and we launched this year the Women in Cybersecurity Critical Infrastructure Community, which is really a powerful organization. It's really to provide a professional network for women working in cybersecurity critical infrastructure to come together and partner. But it's a pretty broad field. We already have international participants joining in that because it's such a growing area. We've even seen cybersecurity attacks on the agricultural sector. They don't stop. So these cyber criminals continue to evolve and really move forward. So we're going to be one step ahead of them. So as I mentioned, the CAE program is developing students for all the critical infrastructure sectors. There's 16 of them, as Dr. Sims mentioned. And it's pretty important because our nation right now, between 60 to 80% of our critical infrastructure in terms of the underpinning of our country is owned by the private sector. So it's not it's not going to be good enough for our country if just the government is solid, right? We need all the private sector networks to be secure in finance, in healthcare, in the defense sector, in critical manufacturing, in agriculture, in energy, in transportation. So that's a lot. That's why there's so many vacancies out there, is because they really need those trained professionals. So critical infrastructure is definitely the investment for our future in terms of establishing students, working professionals, veterans, cross-training into the sector, upskilling. Everyone we're really welcoming in so that our country stays strong in national security and economic security, and our freedom stays secure, and we keep our intellectual property right here, in the United States, and so that it helps Americans as we move forward. So thank you for mentioning that, Dr. Sims, because I think that's important, and it does tie together to what we're talking about here today in terms of developing professionals for such an important field.
Thank you.
So I think we're wrapped up for today. We really appreciate, the opportunity to celebrate these two accomplishments. And I guess I'll just want to say the National Security Agency is here to help. We're here to serve. And so as you evolve on your CAE role, please let us know where we can help you, because that's where we're going. So I guess we'll turn it over to you, Dr. Sims, for closing comments for the event.
Yes, I want to thank everybody once again for showing up in what's the new normal of Zoom meetings. If you're like many people, we've had many Zoom meetings. And so we appreciate your time watching this Zoom meeting video on recording. And of course, we enjoy working with all the partner organizations, not just the NSA and the National Cryptologic School, but if you're an organization that you wish to contact us and look at partnerships, we're here. Just please send us a note. But remember, our focus is to help build the future work base for the employers that will drive our country forward with what's needed out there in the marketplace. That's our focus, building careers, and we want to be here to help you. So please understand that just because we have this one area in cybersecurity, we offer a vast array of technical areas that we can work with you on, and we're here to help you as much as we can. So thank you.